let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one boy.
My name's Manuel Casados.
And I'm Aaron Sanders.
We both grew up in Red Bluff, California. Little town of what, about 13,000 people?
13,000 people north of Sacramento. Come on, Manny. Come on.
Dude, are you sure we can do this?
This thing's gonna break. What are you touch?
Dude, I can't breathe.
Thank you. Let's begin.
You want color?
Your session is time, but don't worry. You'll have plenty of time to...
Oh, should we do that?
I should have went to Lamaze class.
Now you are ready to pose for 4 sittings. Sit back and position yourself in the picture by pressing the up and down.
Dude, where's the camera? I can't. That's not my face.
Right there.
Okay, let's go. I can't breathe.
4, 3. Pose now.
I don't think we can get out. Oh, no, seriously, I don't think we can get out.
Seriously.
2. Good job.
I feel violated.
Oh my, you hurt your rib cage.
We've known each other for about 20 years, or close to it. We met in the 5th grade, and we really didn't start hanging out or know each other too well until probably 7th or 8th grade, I think.
Right, somewhere around there. We started getting a little involved in athletics in the 7th and 8th grade, and then we went to Red Bluff High School together. And
we played.
that's where we really started to get to know each other. We both played football at Red Bluff High School and graduated in 1993.
And then we both went on to Shasta College, where we played football together there at Shasta College. And then after 2 years at Shasta, we both kind of went our separate ways.
And here we are now in 2008, and we both coach football at Red Bluff High School. Andy coaches the freshmen, and I coach the junior varsity.
You know, I love coaching football. It's my passion, and it's hard really to get out there with the kids because I don't feel like I'm physically able to demonstrate a lot of the the drills and stuff we need for the kids to do, and it's really hard physically just because I'm so overweight. And I know Aaron feels the same way because we talk about it.
And we're both really competitive.
Yeah.
We have that competitive edge, and that's why we coach. And you might get some tapes from some other athletic coaches, and they're probably going to tell you similar stories. But, you know, we're competitive in everything that we do. You know, whether that's sports or I can make a competition out of anything.
I think we'd make a good team because playing so many sports together, you know, we know how to he was always on the offensive side of the ball, and I was always on the defensive side of the ball. So we did a lot of drills and stuff against each other, and we know how hard each other can be pushed, and we know how to push each other.
With this, we can push each other, but I want to be pushed.
Yeah,
I've never had an athletic trainer push me.
We need to be pushed just like we push the kids. You know, the coaches need to be coached. That's why we need Bob and Jillian to whip us in shape.
As you can tell, I'm a pretty large individual. I'm 6'3", in case you can't see me. 6'3", a little over 350 pounds last time I checked. And the reason I want to go on The Biggest Loser is for my health, for my son, for my career, and for the extra things that fill all those gaps. Classic yo-yo weight loss guy. Like I said, I'm 350 pounds now, 350 plus. I'm at the heaviest that I've ever been in my life. With every diet that I've ever gone on, I've always put all the weight back on plus more. And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that lifestyle. This is my son, Eddie, and I adopted Eddie about 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And I'm really blessed to have him in my life. And I want to be around a lot longer to experience all the joys and stuff that his life's going to bring him. One of the main reasons why I want to go on The Biggest Loser is not only for myself, but for him. Because I'm so out of shape that I don't do a lot of fun activities with him. And when Eddie moved in with me about 4 years ago, I think I made a lot of promises to him that, you know, I would be kind of a fun dad. I'd be outdoors, I'd play ball with him, play catch with him. We'd go camping, we'd go fishing. We'd do a lot of the fun things that a father and son do. And I haven't been able to do a lot of those things. And a big part of that has been my weight, because it does put a lot of pressure on my body.
I like to go camping. I'm really active, and I like to have my dad involved in some of those activities that I do.
I teach 9th through 12th grade students at Red Bluff High School. It's an at-risk program. We're a special program called a community day school. And we serve expelled students or students who have been suspended multiple times from comprehensive high schools. Or we serve students who are placed in my program by probation officers. It's a very rewarding job. And I'm tired of not being able to be the best teacher that I can be in the classroom, because I don't participate with my students much anymore. I used to stand and do my lectures and move about the classroom a lot. Now I sit. I sit a lot. I get around the classroom as much as I can, and but I sit a lot. I used to do all the PE activities with my students. I pretty much sit and watch them do the PE activities now. And it helped me build rapport with my students when I got out there and played basketball with them, threw the football around with them. Those types of activities made my students get to know a little bit more about me, and I got to know a lot more about them. The greatest thing about being thin would be that I would have my health and that I get to be more active, a more active parent. I have stressed that one of the main reasons I want to do this is for my son, Eddie, so that I can spend the next 3-4 years that he has left in high school and the years that he's in college doing fun activities, going camping, going hiking, but also for the years beyond that, knowing that I'm going to be healthy enough to live hopefully into my 70s or 80s or even hopefully 90s, God forbid, that I'll get to experience many years with his family and my grandchildren. And I look so forward to those years, and I want to have those years, but right now I'm scared that I might not get to do that.
Hello, my name is Manuel Casados, and I have man boobs. I'm 33 years old, I'm 5'10", about 345 pounds, and I will be your next biggest loser. I work here at this little furniture store for my friend's dad, and unless I'm unloading a mattress truck or walking down to the corner of the block to the Mexican restaurant to get something to eat, I don't really get much exercise here at work. You know, it's a pretty small store, so there's usually not a lot to do. So a lot of times I just sit here at the desk. I'm actually a member of the Biggest Loser club, So that's actually where I spend most of the time. I'm a full-time student where I'm working on getting my teacher credential. I would like to teach high school history, or I wouldn't mind working with at-risk or the specially handicapped kids either. I've had a battle with weight pretty much my whole life. But I'd probably say like my 5th and 6th grade year was probably when I ballooned the most. I had started going to a new school, so I was a new kid, didn't have any friends, so I got teased a little bit, and I was a little overweight then, but not like extremely overweight, but enough to where I got teased because I was a new kid. One of the names that the kids called me was Juicy, and that was because when we were out running around on the playground, I was usually out there playing football or basketball or something like that. I used to get so red from being so hot and sweaty that they said I looked like a big juicy tomato. So they all called me Juicy. And then the other nickname that I had that people called me was Jugs. And that's because of these things, which I still have. And it was because, back in 5th and 6th grade, I had a bigger chest than most of the girls in our class. And the way that I dealt with it was food. Food was my comfort. So when I went home feeling all, depressed or whatever because the kids made fun of me, I would resort to food because that's what made me feel better about myself. And then from there, I just never learned to deal with it and how to fix that problem. So that's part of the reason why I'm this big today. And, my weight today has affected my life in many ways. The biggest way it's affected my life is my health. I have diabetes now, I have sleep apnea, and I also have high blood pressure. My weight has stripped me from all of my self-esteem and confidence. So it's hard for me to even go up and talk to a girl and ask her out on a date because I'm automatically thinking rejection right off the bat because, there's not many women out there that want to be with a fat guy. I'm 33 years old and I feel like I'm ready to settle down and start a family. I love making people laugh and having a good time. That's like my whole thing, And my friends are always telling me how great of a sense of humor I have. And, one thing that my friends don't know about me is because I've always kept it inside is, the reason I have such a good sense of humor is because back when I was in 5th and 6th grade and I was a kid, I learned to make people laugh and I learned to laugh at myself, make fun of myself, so that way other people couldn't do it. I figured if I was making other people laugh, it was taking all the attention away from me being overweight, and that way I wasn't getting made fun of like all the other heavy kids at the school. I started realizing how big I was getting when, recently, I'd probably say maybe 6 months ago, I used to fit into a size 48 pants until one day I was at work and I was leaning over picking something up and I split the seams all the way down the back of my pants. Right then, I started thinking, going, oh man, I got a serious problem. I need to, I need to get this under control. So, these are the size pants I wear now. Size 54. You could fit 2 small children in these things. You could probably fit a child in each pant leg. They're so big. But my goal is to be able to fit into these, which I used to wear these at one time in my life. These are size 38 pants. And my goal is to get into 38 or 36 pants once again, be in better health, so that way I would be able to get off my medication. I'd be able to go to an amusement park and not worry if I'm going to fit on a ride or not. Into Macy's and not caring what section I'm in because I know that there's going to be something that fits me. I love going to the beach, but it's hard for me to go there because I'm so uncomfortable taking my shirt off. I want to be able to go to the beach and take my shirt off and strut my stuff and be proud about it. If I make the show, it's going to be the biggest life-changing experience of my life. And I need that right now. I mean, I'm scared that I'm not going to see my 40th birthday.